Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. All right, remember, Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you by the support of IndieCD.org. Yes, the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for all the best and brightest in independent writing, artistry, music, editing support. All sorts of wonderful company creators are coming together to be accessible in one spot in a on-site developed by and run by Joe Bach Tech Apps. Joe Bachman is making amazing applications, both for construction and game design, including a support app for Big Stompy Robots, actual playable game coming very soon in the future. I am extremely excited. And you know what? Be sure to follow his program Behind the Code for more information on that. You'll hear more about his program in a bit. We're also, of course, made possible by the sales of my books, including but not limited to The Simple Sword. Let's get that down. My camera angle seems off today. There we go. We'll do that. The Fighting Axe and The Simple Spear, which are all parts of the ongoing Historical Fencing Guild Manual of Defense series. For people who want to learn the basics of weapon-based designs, so that you can learn to defend yourself safely. You can also gain the confidence and skill from using historical weaponry. So be sure to support that. And I have left his banner up. I'm having a day. That's okay. Also made possible by the Big Stompy Robots core rulebook and games. All the goodness that's coming out there. Before I go any farther, there's a bit of an announcement. Pre-orders for Hybrids of Sons of Gods, the role-playing game, will be getting capped in a few days. You have less than a month to do so before Luke Stone is shutting that down in the current edition. There are exclusive benefits. So if you want any of that, you really need to go over to fundmycomic.com. There we are. Where you can see the double feature where you can get the books, you can get the start of the series for Hybrids the Sons of God, the comic. It's a great deal, and with secret code Beta 2023, you can get 20% off. So please support that project while you can. Time is running out. Other announcements. There are more books in the works. I still want to get a couple things out by the end of the month. Now, I have some art commissions that are kind of looming and lagging me to some small extent, which I intend to basically knock out probably Tuesday. A big part of it will be knocking them out Tuesday. And then, unfortunately, I can't share those because they are in part the character designs for the RPG group I run at Benton County Public Library, for as long as that is allowed to continue. And because, I'm doing characters based on minors, I'm not going to distribute their images. I think you all can understand. But it was something I said I was going to do, and my word is my bond, so I am knocking that out. It's just a big project that I signed on for. Now, coming down the pipe also, we're looking at the Microlight RPG. If I can wrap up that last story, the Through the Thinning Veil mini anthology, and a couple other bits of goodness. For the other channel, I am planning. I have some new videos I'm planning to do that I'm excited about, but I can't tell you about yet because I don't want to spoil the secret. A few people know because I have a big mouth, but so there's some great stuff coming down from there as well. In other news, before we get rattling on, I hope everyone who either is a dad or has a dad, that they have a positive relationship, had a wonderful Father's Day. I got to spend time with my dad and a bit with my brothers and my assorted nieces and nephews, the whole crew over there, and spent some time in a pool that was entirely too cold. I swear the bottom felt like it was a chlorinated slushy. It was rough, but it was a good time anyway. And it's it's a pleasure. Those of us who are blessed to have reasonably good relations with our parents, especially our dads, but I say especially because of the recent holiday. Talk to your dad. Many dads are a proud lot, and they may not tell you how much they miss you, but they do. So talk to your dads. As long as you have a positive working relationship. If it's not, to each their own situation. I'm not here to judge, but not going to be there forever. And as for me, I was blessed with some really cool Funko Pops and a few very geeky presents along that line. I guess there's some more Magic cards coming inbound, pre-ordered from the Lord of the Rings set. I am a dork. I admit it freely. So there was that. We also we passed a big deal 2 days ago, and I was not able to broadcast here because I did my art show, and I was rather swamped. 2 days ago was the 1 year from the announcement that I would be taking over this program. And July 6th, which I'm not sure if that is on a broadcast day with my current schedule or not, and I will check. No, that is a Thursday. So July 6th will be 1 year that I have been running Nevermind the Furthermore. So expect Friday, July 7th, in about 2 weeks to be, 3 weeks technically, but to be the big to do. We'll do something about the anniversary. We'll play with the format or something. I'll try to make it special for you guys. So we'll look into that. In other news, I had a geek experience that I'm going to share with you because apparently they rebuilt the bridge of the Enterprise D for some purpose, and I got to watch Will Wheaton explore the Enterprise D new bridge with all the home attachment, and it was really cool. It was really cool to see such sincerity in while obviously he's a celebrity, but the sincerity of definitely one of us mixed with the old home vibes he had of he's back on the bridge of the Enterprise D. And I saw that and I realized there are some people who go, oh, it's cringe. You know, if you enjoy something and you've enjoyed it for a long time, no one's getting hurt, it's not, indecent. Let folks have their fun. You get what I'm saying? Because that took me back, because I grew up watching a lot of the Star Treks, watching the Next Generation and everything. And it was really cool. So it made me think, about the different things that you love as a kid, as an adult, and let yourself love it. Let yourself enjoy such things because it's important, guys. It's important to find not just not yuck other people's yum, but find the fun in your life. Try things, test things out. You never know what you're going to do. And that goes right into our creative aspects. If you've always wanted to be an artist, start drawing. The secret is nobody is good when they first start. And just, I watched a program. I want to say it was called Honey Goblin. She is a VTuber and she does art. And she has a very nice art instructional program that I watch with my son. And she was talking about, remember, you're the baby. Because you would not make fun of a toddler or a baby for having to learn how to do something. Be gentle with yourself. When you are learning art or how to write or whatever, you have to be gentle with yourself. You have to understand it's not going to be a masterpiece. It's not going to be, a perfect when you first get started. And thank heaven, because then where would you go? There's no growth. There's no development. Imagine the first thing you put together was just this peak, and there's nothing after it. Ugh. Sorry. But we want to try things and let ourselves try things, let ourselves learn, and seek out gentle instruction from people who care and know what they're talking about. And you should be able to learn how to do just about anything to a measure. And if there's anything I could go out and say, I want you to do, aside from certain philosophical things like apply kindness whenever possible, it would be allow yourself to only be kind of good at something. We have this fixation on the only people that matter are at the top of the pyramid of every skill, the Olympic grade whatevers. And I'm a confirmed generalist. I'm a confirmed centralist too. I'm a middle of the road kind of guy in a lot of strange places. But the idea of I can play a few tunes on a tin whistle. I'm still a musician. I'm not an extremely talented one or anything bold, but that doesn't make me not a musician. I can mostly parse out simple sheet music now. That took a lot of work for me to be able to do that. It's valid, If there are a lot of people who, if my book doesn't make so many copies, I'm not if you measure success by that by very high bars, you're losing sight, guys. Chase your dreams, enjoy them. And in this era of, because we still, I was a teen in the 90s. Well, the late 90s, but yes, you could do some math there. But so the extreme movement was very, very big. Go extreme. And I will say, and I want to remind you to seek out what I call zero level adventurers. Not everyone has to save the world, but anyone can go on an adventure. Most people have parks around them that, within 20 miles or whatever, that they've never been to. They may not even know they exist because they never bothered to look on a map. Never bothered to go to Google Maps, parks near me. And look, do that. Chase that. If you don't know how to do something, learn it, even a little bit. The idea of interacting with this life instead of simply enduring it has immeasurable content to the quality of life. So get out there and live, folks, after we're done with this program. And before I go any further, as my voice is cutting, my voice is a little scratchy still. Thank you for letting me cut out early. Last session, it was much obliged. I desperately needed it to get my ability to speak later on, as I was at my evening show. It was rough. Apparently, the ash and dust in the air has become something that is detrimental to me. So, shockingly, I have to be a little careful. Okay? Thank you. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to run an ad that is actually 2 ads for my friend Joe Bachman. And then we'll get back and we'll hit your comments because your comments matter. And we'll go on from there. So see you in about 1:47.
Hi, I'm Joe Bachman with Behind the Code, Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch on the Independent Creator Directory pages. On this show, you'll be able to watch me go through and update the Independent Creator Directory website with new features or new members depending on what we have going on that week. Again, that's Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch on the Independent Creator Directory page. Joe Bachman again with The Burning is Love on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, also on the Independent Creator Directory Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch pages. To find out more about the Independent Creator Directory, visit indiecd.org to find other great authors, artists, game designers, and live streamers. On this stream, you'll get to watch me go through and do various word burning projects that I put on theburningislove.com. I look forward to seeing you guys there and hope you have a great day.
We will, Joe. And with that, let's get into your comments, and we'll see who's made it over from the lovely No Warning with Brian K. Morris as I drop my phone. Which that was totally not me making a woefully inappropriate gesture at my phone. Oh, I need to silence it too, because if I don't, it will go nuts. There we go. All right, let's see what we have to go through the comments. First through the door at 8:39 is Alec Creations. Good morning, Alec. Going out for therapy this morning. I shall talk to you all next time. Oh, that's more than that. That's splendid. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoy this program. I mean, I'm talking to a ghost, but that's okay. And Cats Melanic. Hi, Cats. They are the wonderful accountants I had the pleasure of meeting at RegionCon. I hope to hear more from them, because if you guys need an accountant, or you think you need an accountant and you have the income to do so, please reach out to these guys. They specialize in independent and, by their definition, fringe businesses. So be sure to reach out to them. They have some really great services. Hi and bye, Alec. Hello, Cats. I'm late, says Carl Witzman, having watched No Warning with BKM, but I am here to fill up the chat. Fill away. And Donna's greeting everyone. Hey, Donna, you doing good? I hope your coffee is warm, and your cats are being kind. We were over there talking about motivation to write. I wasn't feeling it for a while. Not sure why. That happens. That really happens to all of us. Health, burnout, just what I call interest rotation. I have several projects that I just look at. I'm like, I can't today for whatever reason. And if you can't, you can't. You do something else. And eventually you just rotate back around to what you started with. That's how I get things done. It takes me a while, but things get done. So, if it's something you want to talk about, maybe have there been significant issues in your life that could delineate it, possibly health issues? Let me know. Let's see if we can't help you get your mojo back. And Donna Gal, I'm charging up all my USB batteries for our Munzie hunt. If you don't know that game, look it up. I even wrote Uncle Carl's Guide to Munzie, which is on Lulu. I think that's a lot like the geocaching, isn't it? Where you go around and you find specific items. You'd use Podcasters 10 to save 10% this week on Lulu. Thank you. And I hear that Donna is working on her next release. You shouldn't listen to the rumors. Woo! Donna's taking no shenanigans this morning. Morning, says Dawn. Miss No Warning, but here now, and we are pleasured to have you. We are blessed. Good morning, Dawn. Tell us about your adventures this weekend. It can always be fun to be in car trips with people and go places. South Dakota is lovely, depending on where you go in South Dakota. I have spent time in South Dakota myself, and I quite love the Black Hills. Another rumor is that Dawn is back home. Maybe I can invoke her to come here. Whoa, that worked better than I thought. Carl, that was weird. Freaky. Very. Carl is really the latest reincarnation of Rasputin, and every once in a while his natural sorceries get a little hinky. My apologies for any inconvenience that may cause you. Hey, Dawn. They were a freak of nature. They shared a brain. Prepare to be frightened. You must see them coming to a theater near you. I'm sorry, when I see them in all caps coming to a theater near you, I start worrying about giant ants. So, groaning, Carl and Donna. Oh my. Good morning. Ducking autocorrect. Groaning and good morning mashup. I can see how that worked. Hey, you rode for days in a vehicle with Michaela and Linda. I imagine there would be some groaning too. And definitely, I hope you had a blast. I don't know Linda well, but I know enough of Michaela to know that she must be quite a travel companion. She's got a lot of energy, a lot of personality, and I can see her just making it a very entertaining and humorous trip. Will Deadwood ever recover? Probably not. Here comes Nick. Please, yep. And the little my bracket picture did not pop up. That's going to be one of those. I'm going to tell you guys, if my computer doesn't start behaving, I'm going to go back to running it from an LCAR setup. I've done it before. Don't tempt me. Please don't forget to like the show. Yes, guys, please like the show. It means the world to me, and it helps me keep putting positive information out to help small creators level up, because that's what I want to be. I want to be a footstool that helps people level up. Not asking a lot. Pride Heart Rainbow Philly. I'm just going to give a whole lot of love, like old school heart, and then the little tiny heart that is so popular these days. Good morning. Good morning, all. And good morning, Bonser. You've got some great projects coming out, don't you? Let's talk about them. Hey, Bonser. Hi, Cats and Bonser. Hey, Bonser. It was good to hear you later on Friday. It was good to hear you later on Friday. To hear your voice was better. Last Friday's was NTF was painful. I am too empathetic. Empathic, I guess. Yes. It really it was a rough one. It's just the ash in the air. There's only so much we can do to keep it from triggering me, and I was out. I gotta be careful. I may have to go wearing a dust mask while this whole thing is going on. 7 watching, only 3 likes. You know who you are. Yes, please like this. I don't want the wrath of Dawn on you. Wasn't fond of the Wesley character, but I love Wheaton's bad guy characters, especially on Leverage. I believe Wesley was a bit of a self-insert character for Gene Roddenberry. And he was a very young character and dealt with a lot of the ramifications of that. But Will Wheaton, as an individual, is a wonderful individual. He's a wonderful proponent of being open about mental health and the joys of geekery. For a long time, there was a program called Geek and Sundry that, I lost her name. She was on the Guild. Not Felicia Day. Oh, well, I'll get Felicia's last name. It will hit me later. I love her. She's a great actress. But she had games, and Will Wheaton hosted, and they played board games. And it was one of the nicer entertainments of, I want to say, early 2020. But no, Will Wheaton's a really cool dude. And he can be a great actor. And I think he deserves more credit than he gets sometimes. Does this mean I have to stop making fun of my toddler nieces and nephews? Dang. No, just be gentle with them. Donna, chew out your kitten. He's knocking stuff over. Looking down the hall. You beat me to it. Calvin strikes out at recycling. Oh. When we're traveling, we're never lost. We just say we're on an adventure. Absolutely. And go on an adventure. One thing I will do that, shocks people, if I'm going out and I don't have a time frame or I'm bored, I will go down a road that I go all the time. And then I will go till I see a side road I've never been down. And I actively look for them. I look for side roads or things that I want to stop and check out, but I don't have time right now. And I mentally tag them. And when I get time, I just go down them. And I find stuff. I find cool stuff. And there's still a few I want to do. For example, there is about a third of the way up when I'm going back up towards like Michigan City and LaPorte from where I am. There's this flea market. There's a flea market that I pass. one of these days I'm going to stop and go in there. But every time I pick something like this and it sits on the back of my mind, it'll suddenly get really itchy. It'll be like, yeah, you need to go do that. And I'll find something cool, or I'll meet someone, or I'll have an experience that I wouldn't have had I not diverted from my program path a bit. Don't be afraid to divert from your program path. I'm lost all the time. I have squirrels. Joe always looks especially furry in those ads. Always fun. Yes, he really does, but it's so fun. Cats, he shaved recently, looks so young. He was clean shaven at Region Con too. LOL. Yeah, he was. Joe's one of those people who goes just instant like teddy bear. Good morning, folks. Good morning, Joe. Speak of the devil. Hey, Joe. And you know what? We're at the half-hour mark, so before we get into anything further, let's drop a commercial. I already ran Joe's, so you know what? Let's run this one. That is so spooky. Every time I watch that ad, it gets to me, and I admit it freely. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Hey, Joby. Accountability, recovery, maybe a little unpacking, maybe a little forward motion, maybe a little going through my fun stuff collected. Ooh, tell us about the fun stuff. Joey, be good. Morning, Joby. Fun, Don. I might have to cut a little early. I'm at the hospital today awaiting a heart procedure. All right, y'all are definitely in our prayers, our positive mojo. You know, someone in this area will probably light a candle for you. However, you know, a lot of various energies out here are working in your favor. I hope that goes so well for you. You know, we will definitely be thinking on you. Did Carl do it again with Joey? Yes. Morning, folks. Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich. I'm lost on. You mentioned him and summoned him. Good luck, cats. I thought you mentioned Joey and he appeared. Good luck, cats. See everybody. Lots of good luck. Sorry. Hello, chat. No, you're fine. Bonser. That Radio Retro featuring, in case you happen to be new to this program, is Bonser Bokel, an incredibly talented creator. Who puts my humble efforts to shame. He makes very large books and is basically the sultan of steampunk. Working on final revisions of Anwin manuscript. New comic has just been released. Awesome. Casket Girls is still not done. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure it'll be good. Check out store on bonsart.gumroad.com. Felicia Day. It is Felicia Day. The reason I have trouble with having her name tacked down is I went to school, and my favorite instructor throughout middle school, junior high, and high school is a lovely woman who was named Miss Day, and she had a daughter named Jamaica Day. And I went to school with her. So Felicia Day looks enough like she could be related to them. It's almost problematic, but thank you. Accountability. Still working on Godot tutorials, but start making level 0 for BSR. I did shave this weekend. Also replaced a fuse on the truck so I can run my equipment this morning. Excellent. Joe, if you want help with storyline / plotting / level design scripting, let me know. I want to make sure I'm a very active, useful partner in the game design aspect of all this. More so than simply, here's my IP, have fun, because this is really cool, and I want to do whatever I can to support it. Joe Bachman is making the Big Stompy Robots video game, and essentially letting me see one of my bucket list dreams come to reality, being one of my IPs, Big Stompy Robots, as an actual video game. It is so very cool. So very cool. Let's see. I have the power, says Carl Witzman Don. I should try conjuring Michaela, but she's on the road, I think. And Michaela doesn't make my show much these days. Anyway. Tabletop was around 2010. You just wither. Thanks. Oops. I was on an adventure coming back from a new game shop out in LaPorte. Oh, there's a new game shop out in LaPorte. Do give me details later. I thought the road came a little farther east, but actually does, and the other routes I wanted to were closed for road work. Yes, that there is especially a really unpleasant bridge out on Route 2 heading towards Westville from Valparaiso. And the detours around it are colorful at this point. They haven't really been tacked down. Ah, yes. Spring in the Midwest, Rich. Save on Mad Gasser Cheerleader with code PODCASTER10. Save on postage and get the sequel too. Face it, it's the Midwest. In the Midwest, it takes longer for a hot pocket to cool from liquid hot magma to edible than they take off road construction. And Joe Bachman says, it's definitely Monday though, so I need to hop already. Funking things going on with electronics today, and I have a bunch of testing that needs to be put into the system. All righty. Well, you take care. Hey, Rich. And we're joined by Blue Teddy. Hey, Blue Teddy, how you doing? I need to get a commercial from you for your smoke and mirrors and such, and for Doc Crow stuff. I'll put them in rotation. Just get a commercial made that's between 30 seconds and a minute, and I'll start putting it through in rotation to help promote you, because that's what I do. Hi, Blue Teddy. Hi, Don. Hey, Blue Teddy. Give him heck, Joe. Accidental rhyming is the bane of my existence. Verbal dyslexia. Blue Teddy. Goodbye, Joe. Morning, Donna. And Alex back. He's back again. Alex back. Phone a friend. Hey, Alec. I hope you are enjoying the assorted books you've acquired from me, and I hope you're doing well. Your art is greatly improving. Keep up with those confident strokes. Don't etch sketch your way through. You will keep growing, because that last one you did with the two posed, that looked good. I can see you starting to level up a bit. Hello, all. Hello, Grant Lankard. Goblin Collectibles, lots of cardboard crack. DM me the address. I may check it out at some point. Now, I will say my two favorite shops are in Michigan City, Heroes Haven, which is mostly comics now. He had to greatly downsize for rent costs, but it's still an amazing shop. And Pat over there is just some of the best people on the planet. If you're in that area, go see him, buy stuff, and tell him I sent you. because that's where Big Stompy Robots was heavily play tested. And down here, we get a lot of our Magic cards from the Sage's shop in Lafayette. And they support the Benton County Public Library, so I support them. Let's see. Grant Lankard says, it's been a while since I've seen Nevermind the Furthermore. I'm glad I didn't miss this episode. I'm glad you're here, Grant. It's really good to see you around, and we may run your spooky ad in about 5 minutes. See, Blue Teddy, accountability! Woohoo! Working on my biggest commission ever, and if I do a good job, it's going to turn into a monthly-ish gig. Really like what I've gotten thus far, though pressure is higher than I'm used to. You go for it. Go for it, girl. You are such an incredibly talented artist. Hearing you are doing new stuff makes my heart glad. As soon as you can advertise it, we'll see about getting that promoted here too. Because I want to help the folks who are actively doing things, and I do try to rotate my ads around to keep them fresh whenever possible. Coming couple of gaming rooms to run D&D and Pathfinder and such. Very nice. Ooh, cool. Talk to Crow. Yes, please. Because, like I said, I'm all about helping folks. Hey, Grant. Pat is good people. Pat is amazing people. I'm enjoying the books. I showed them to my therapist. She likes them as well. Yes, thank you. I'm debating on making those two people into actual characters. Do it. Jot your notes down. Write your stories. Even if they stink now, you can use them as outlines to be better. I doubt they'll stink. You're very creative. Get writing and get that, because right now Alex is in a situation where, due to age and finances, they can't make money per se in a lot of circles. But that will pass. And there is nothing wrong with having products, like written products, prepared and sitting and waiting, so that once you ting across that 18 line, you could go on Amazon or Lulu, or even send them to the big press publishers if that's your gig, and get your stuff out there. Because I think you're one of those people who has a lot of potential, and that potential it needs to be built. It needs to be fanned. So, it's a fire. It's a little baby fire. And I spent a lot of time starting fires to keep warm. I say that because people get confused. I spent a lot of time starting fires. No, not like that. Or cooking over fire, because who doesn't love, assorted meat products cooked over fire? But, well, vegetarians, but that's not there. But you're a little fire, and you got coals, and you need the tinder, and the little growth is like fire. It really is. When you're getting started, you need little twigs, little tinder, dry, easy stuff to get built up. And then you build up to bigger wood and logs. And then it needs maintenance. And if you neglect it, you have to start over. And that analogy is very, very true for life. So just let yourself go. Let yourself work on these projects and do stuff and build up slow and slow and slow. And before you know it, you'll be somewhere you never imagined. But you have to put in the hours. And you have to graduate. You have to work hard and graduate well. Hi, Grant. Cool Blue Teddy. Hi, Carl, Donna, and Dawn. Also, hello to Blue Teddy, Rich, and Alec. Please check the upcoming Kickstarter for Memoirs of the Morbid. Wait, Memoirs of the Morbid? I think I have something for that.
Greetings, ghouls and boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. So don't make a grave mistake by missing it.
God, that just takes me back to all the great anthology shows of the past. And let's see, we've got, oh gosh, writing lore and stories is my second jam. It's fun. Then just write it, stack it. You can always come back and re-edit it. You can always tweak it. I have a novel that was never meant to see the light of day, that first novel you write in college. And it's a little cringy, but someday I may just go back and tweak it. Build your catalog now so that you have stuff to hit the ground running. Exactly. Only you can prevent forest fires. Half sleepy yet, LOL. It happens. Angie and Grant are going to see a baseball game today. Wonderful. Hey, Grant, I couldn't resist the Albans last weekend. Donna has a huge back catalog, and now she only has to modernize a few of them so she can rest now when she wants to. That's a great policy to have. Yes, graduation, working really hard to graduate in 2 years, counting this upcoming school year next year. I have brains. I'm just fighting to get my harder subjects on my schedule. Well, I hope you have the absolute best in doing that. So don't be afraid to study ahead. Take some time during the summer instead of letting your mind go and, go totally fallow. Look up tutorials, look up educational programming so that you can keep yourself sharp and you can keep yourself functional. There's a lot to learn. Let's see. Oh, Grant has an announcement. Grant Lankard has an announcement that says his drawing program, Grant Draws, will be moved from Monday to Tuesday this week. That is wonderful. That reminds me, if you watched the last Art Time with Nick, you'll notice that the screen was a bit bigger. I finally figured out what was wrong with the display system. And what it was it wasn't stretching right. It wasn't extending right. And then when it did, it wasn't registering that it did to me. So I finally got where I could turn on my tablet, whip my mouse across, and be on my tablet and not here. So now I could do my art streams because I was doing all the drawing for my art streams in a screen size about this big because I had to have everything shrunk and because it was all on the same screen for me, which is why it was in that weird little format. It was so liberating. And if you go to the shorts that I have and the art time lapse, you will not only see all the time lapses that I did for you guys, you'll get to see a new one that I did not air for something that's tied to a very old Big Stumpy Robots project. And that I may be rotating around to as I finish up the projects that I'm working on. I was just in the mood to draw, and it was very freeing. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about that, especially those of a more artistic bend. So look it up. Go through my channel when you're done. That's what I've been doing. Been doing biochem, then geometry, along with my U.S. history and world history, just working on getting myself in gear. Excellent. Oh, yeah. Happy belated Father's Day, Nick. Hoping you had a great day yesterday. I did. I got to spend time with my dad and a little bit with my brother Max, who's also a dad. He works a very, very trying schedule, and he has a lot of children to contend with. So I didn't get to see a lot of him. And I got to see Ricky, but Ricky was basically working the list for mom and dad. So tomorrow, poor Ricky is going to be a very, very tired man because he was working like an absolute dog. But I did not have to because it was Father's Day. And I'm a dad, so I ate brats and I went swimming with my nephew and Xander and a bunch of other kids. But it was cold. It was a good day. I got to hear the good stories. And I'm just appreciative that my dad's still there. Oh, you're working in the theater for him tomorrow. I know how to work it. You know how to work it? Well, that's awesome. My money don't jingle jingle, it folds. Anyhow, and that's good to have a background in something you know. That's great. It really was, and I really needed it. It was a very grounding. It was good to be home. It was good to be. I grew up in the Moraines, which are the hills south of Lake Michigan. For those of you who don't know the area real well, they're raised up much higher, and in the middle we have these calderas, and there are bogs in them and stuff. So basically, black manna. I grew up in green black manna. I had a Golgari upbringing, and originally from Oregon, where it was both very overcast most of the time, and again a lot of trees. Now, so I've spent most of my life in literally and metaphorically shady environments. I am still greatly affected by the raw amount of sunlight that I receive down here. I'm not quite sure how to process it sometimes, and it can be a bit much. And the temperature and the severity can be a bit. So it's really interesting whenever I go back up and I'm literally walking around on moss barefoot, and I'm in the shadows and it's cool and the air is fairly still. It's very, very nice. I'm surrounded by the trees, which mute most of the noise. And it's very, very closer to my natural environment. As much of a good guy as I try to be, even if that means that I'm not always a nice guy, because I'm going to tell the truth. And I found that a lot of nice folks are transactional in their niceness. They put kindness coins in people in hopes of getting a reward out. And I'm just trying to do the right thing, which means if I'm telling the truth, I have to tell the truth even if it's unpleasant. But that environment's kind of like that for me too, because I'll come out here and there's just so much sky and so much wind and so much everything that it can be a lot. And you have to go back to your roots sometimes. That's very nice. Oh, it is. It is a very pleasant aesthetic. I enjoy it immensely. Well, folks, good show, good chat, but it's cat lunchtime. Have a great day. Have a great day, Carl. And I enjoy liminal spaces. I look at anyone else who's listening. You have to find places you feel comfortable, and I happen to really enjoy liminal places where I can be on a beach, at transitional times, dawn and dusk, or I am at the very edge of a town, and then there's just farmland. I grew up right on the edge of a no entry forest reserve. So very much the edge of places. That's just where I tend to be. And there's a certain comfort there, I think. So find where you're comfortable and don't be ashamed of being comfortable. Not everybody is meant for the sun and, things. I'm mostly a floaty potato. Give me some warm, shallow water, some shade, a good lunch. Life is good. Manatee my way through sometimes. Now let's see what else we have here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, well, folks, good show, good chat, cat time. We covered that. You have a great day as well. Bye, Carl. See you, Carl. Have to take Bestie to therapy after lunch, so have to go. Later, so bye, Donna. Bye, Donna. I'm drinking s'mores coffee. I'm pretty sure the s'mores flavor is the best flavor of anything. It's way up there if you're using the kind of stuff I used to get. Because when I was a coffee drinker, I actually ordered for like Gordon's, and excuse me if you heard that, the different coffee flavors, and they were delightful. What's this blue taste? Middle of Nowhere is my fave. Every time I deliver to Boonies, people apologize for making me drive so far, and I'm like, no. The drive through the trees recharged me. Absolutely. I get that. And it's like, if there is a place I can put my feet in water, in like if there's a creek or something or a pond, and I can just wait a little bit, again, usually with some measure of shade, it's just seventh heaven for me. It's where I make peace of my soul. However, my cats are all in full tear. It sounds like my sleepy spouse has woken up. We were up till 2 because we didn't get home till midnight because of the drive. And it was just, don't step in the toilet. No, I don't step in the toilet. That's what the bathtub is for. Good to hear. Coming in late, but coming in strong, Johnny. It's good to know you are what you're about. It doesn't hurt that I live in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't hurt that people that live in the middle of nowhere tend to tip the best either. That's true. Since I'm working on more art projects, the poses I'm doing are pretty fun. Long stroking through it. Yes. It build up. You want to use your whole arm. That's what will help you go from that jump of looking amateur to professional. It's like the biggest visual change you can make. And it's clean. Look how clean your lines are now. I'm so proud, Alec. I have s'mores coffee. Love Rice Krispie. Oh, God. See, that's the kind of decadence I can get behind. But it's nearly the top of the hour, so I'm going to run a commercial or two for some good folks, and then probably wrap it up and get my day going. Because I know a lot of you guys have a lot to do, and today my lovely wife is off, so I will be doing some stuff with her. Let's run. Yeah, I haven't run Robin's ad.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda. Just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Absolutely. Kat Rothermel is one of my favorite people in the universe. Let's see. We have, yes, they're very quick. And I was like, whoa, how did that happen? You're failing boldly. Another one I want to give you guys. Fail boldly into success. I'm going to paraphrase Teddy Roosevelt. The worst sin is to hit softly. If you're going to hit as hard as you can or not at all. There is a truth, and it's funny because it's a balance to, let's say you don't have to be extreme, and not being extreme is on one side, but don't half what you try either. If you're going to draw. If the line doesn't work, erase it, but don't squiggle and let the fear of it not working impede the work. Because you'll learn more from this is how it works. And train. Get your arms loose. Do your exercises. Loosen up before, loosen up after. There are lots of finger stretches that you can look up to prevent carpal tunnel. And this one's for all of you guys. Everybody here types entirely too much. Everybody here draws repetitively a lot. There are exercises. You look them up either on YouTube or from preferably a credible occupational therapist. Look up nerve glides. Things that will keep your nerves moving. Slow, repetitive action. That's what will build you back up. That's what will keep you going. There's a lot to learn from that. And maintain it. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Breathe. Check your posture. When you're writing, when you're drawing. Now, a lot of times I have a habit of leaning in because you are my friends and I'm interested. I love you guys, and sincerely, so I want to know what you're saying. I'm also a little nearsighted. So I will lean in to see what's going on. I get excited. But don't forget to roll those shoulders back, unclench your jaw, get loose a bit. And you'll live longer. You'll be happier. So with that, guys, it's been a great program. I've had an absolute blast. I can't wait to see you all Wednesday. And until then, keep creating, keep writing, keep drawing, keep failing boldly because you learn more from failure than winning. Because that bind makes my posture terrible. You might want to talk to your doctor if you're binding and it's affecting your posture on how you're binding, and there are back supports you can get, or like lower back supports, because you still need to make sure that you're not slumping. Okay, be careful. Talk to the professionals. That can be very serious. It's my pleasure to play your trailer. We'll have a great day, and I thank you. With that, guys, you have a great day too. I love you. See you next week. See you Wednesday for Nevermind the Furthermore, where we'll talk more about what you're doing and maybe what I'm doing too. Toodles.